Hello, this is Brian Vickery coming to you from Denver, Colorado with another video log. Today we're going to talk about scapegoating, and we're going to start that off with a discussion about the three letters. And you may have heard this story. So basically, a young manager comes into an organization as the senior manager is rolling off, and the senior manager hands him three letters. And he said, "Son, I want you to take these three letters and keep them in your desk. The first time you run into problems, I want you to open the first letter. The second time you run into problems, open up the second, and the third time, open up the third." And with that, he leaves. So the young manager gets started, and he's very excited. He's a go-getter. He's having a great time getting his organization going. But as luck would have it, problems happen. And when the problems happen and it feels like it's spiraling out of control, the young manager in desperation goes and opens up that drawer and opens up that first letter. The first letter says, "Blame your predecessor." And the young manager says, "There might be merit in that." So he blames that previous boss. He says, "Oh, it was the previous boss's fault. I'll make sure that never happens again. I will take care of this." And for a while, that works. And so he blames the predecessor. He goes on. He buys some time. And things go along smoothly for a while. But as is always going to happen, something else comes up, something outside of his control perhaps. And when that happens, he's in panic again. And he goes to that office, he opens up that drawer, opens up that second envelope. And the second envelope says, "Blame your employees." And the manager says, "Well, I've got nothing else to lose. I better do something." So he blames his employees for what's gone wrong with the organization. And management buys it. Management allows him to clean house and let go of all of his employees and get a whole new team going. And he does that. And it goes along well because, hey, he's bought himself some time with his new changes. And it goes along until finally it doesn't. And it blows up again. And he is just so desperate. He's like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." He goes in, opens up the drawer, opens up the third envelope. And the third envelope says, "Prepare 3 envelopes. Why? The moral of the story is he's preparing those 3 envelopes for the boss who's going to take his place when he gets let go. He ran out of scapegoats, and at some point in time, it came back to him. Now, I live in Denver, Colorado, to where we just had an outstanding Denver Nuggets basketball season. They had the most wins in their franchise record and the 3rd seed in the West. And then they lost to a very hot shooting Golden State Warriors that had to play an unorthodox style when they lost one of their own starters. So I didn't listen to sports radio for a while. Why? Because I knew that the average fan would point to the most likely scapegoat in this situation, that being the head coach. Now, George Karl is the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, and I think he's the only coach that has a teaching mentality to take the 3rd youngest team in the league with no certified superstar and turn them into the success that they were, buying into the team concept that they did. I think George Karl's got a history here. I hope he gets to continue having seasons here, and I think he's going to bring success to this franchise. So the big moral of the story is, though, who is your scapegoat? Or is it even worse than that? Were you the scapegoat in a particular situation? I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your examples, your case studies of when perhaps you've looked to blame somebody else and then realized perhaps maybe you were at fault. I know I've had cases like that myself. Or have we had situations to where people used us? They set us up to take the fall, and perhaps it wasn't our fault, but we took the fall anyway. And then what did you do to recover from that? I'm a fan of team. I believe that if we quit pointing the fingers at everybody, and we all do it. I've pointed fingers myself, I'm sure. But if we could just quit pointing the fingers at everybody else and maybe gather everybody else together and get back to that team mentality, I think we can have success. So I'd love to hear your comments. This is Brian Vickery from Denver, Colorado. Please make it a great day. Thank you. Bye.